Okay, we're good. See, now Zoom talks to me. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us this week for Let's Go There. I am so excited to have my guest here today, Katya. She is, what she does is so unique. And until I personally experienced it, I had no idea, but the realization of who I am through her eyes, it's fascinating, absolutely fascinating. So today's topic is about the emptiness syndrome. How are we going to prepare for it? A lot of mothers think we have time. Actually, we don't. Because when parenting goes right, this sentence is so true. The days are long, the years are short. Trust me, I know that. So what are we going to do right now is I'm going to let Katya talk to you about what she does for a living. That is so fascinating. While I go live on Facebook so other people can watch us. I'll be back. Over to you.
Thanks, Karen. Thank you, Karen, for having me, and I'm so excited about this. My name is Katya. I call myself an elemental guide. I love introducing women to the elements. So there's 5 elements. We have spirit as the center. We have earth, air, fire, and water. And they all bring a different and unique frequency. So when we find out how they work for us, and when we find out our dominant, and that's what Karen is talking about when she says she understands herself a bit more, when we find out our dominant element, it helps us to understand how we work and why we do what we do. So for me, I am a dominant earth, but also dominant fire. So earth and fire are quite close to each other, and any given day I can be in either of those. So a fire is passion and desire. They want outcomes. They want to be able to do things. And your earth is nurturing. So you want to be nurturing. So as a mum of 4 boys and in a marriage for nearly 30 years and running a home-based business, I need that. But I also need to remember to nurture myself. So that's just a little bit about me. I love working with women. I have programs and I work one-on-one in mentoring. So that's me.
I'm almost done. All right, I'm done. So guess what yours truly is? Guess. If anybody could guess what element I am. It's not hard, right? Because I'm like a bull at the gate. So because the minute I met Katya, she's like, oh yeah, this fire element is so hot. It's like, would I be 99.9%?
It's funny, I mentioned you in a live I did the other day, and I was thinking about it afterwards, and I reckon that you'd have to be about 80% because you have to have the others in there, but I think they are such low in value, whereas your fire is that really high one. I think the nurture piece is in there as well.
I think so too.
Yeah, but you would have to be quite high in fire. So that's why, sometimes people who are really high and dominant in fire actually sort of go, and then they tend to crash, or crash is not the right word. I don't really like that.
No, crash is the right word because that's exactly what happens.
Yeah, because they're not, with fires are one of the ones that you have to keep fueling and you have to keep moving. And that's what I was saying, that, you love to work out. That is your movement, and that is fire. Fire needs the movement. They need to do that. But what happens is when we use it and are not fueling it, it just goes, I'm done. I'm out.
That's it. Yeah, it's true. And because I think it's just me, my personality type is very extreme as well. In a lot of the tests I take, I am actually on the extreme of, the scale. But that is a topic for another day, because isn't it fascinating? Because the elements is in us. We live around it. We are part of it. But yet we don't put too much thought into it. Even like the latest bloody supermoon. Oh my God, I didn't think it was going to affect me so bad.
Really? I don't know what you're talking about. So the
supermoon.
The super moon. Yeah,
the super blood moon. I didn't sleep for 2 days, although I was pickled. I should knock out, but I was wide awake. And it was going crazy, and I was going crazy, and I don't know why.
She was pretty potent, because I think there was also a supermoon and there was something else going on at the same time. So she was really potent.
Correct.
I've worked so much with them over my time, like in the years in the spiritual space that I've been in. I've worked with them so much. I sort of have my own hacks.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, I need sleep, so we're just closing this all down. Whatever you need to download, you can do that during the day. Thanks.
Yeah, that didn't work for me. I tried to drink myself to sleep. That did not happen. And apparently it affects Sagittarians and fire signs, and I'm all of the above.
Yep.
So I got all of it. I got the lot. How nice was that? And I was picking fights left, right, center.
Yep.
Because I can. So anyway, back to the topic at hand.
Yes.
We're talking about the empty nest syndrome. So what is it? Every mom hears it, but do you actually recognize it when it happened? The very first time it happened to me was when my son said, I want to go for a sleepover. I felt abandoned. I'm like, oh, so do you not want to watch TV with me tonight? That was the first time I actually experienced it. And he was, I don't know how old was he, like 7 or something. And I'm not ashamed to say that I tied the apron strings really tight. Not allowed to go out, not allowed to do this, no camping, no nothing. I'm bad, I know.
No, not at all.
And I'm owning it. I'm owning this, right? So Katya, you have children of different ages, right? So you would appreciate this.
Yeah, and for me, that experience was when my last started primary school. And I remember coming home into the house and walking in and just going, what do I do now?
How scary though, isn't it? Yeah, it's real though. When they say empty nest, it's not just a physical nest that's empty. It's in here. You're like,
yeah,
shit. What? What next?
Exactly. And that was exactly my reaction was, I don't know what to do now, because I had 20 years where I worked, like I was a mum for 20 years. I still worked. I worked around my kids, but I came home and I remember that feeling, and it was like, oh, it'll go away. And 6 months down the track, it hadn't gone away.
That's right. And that's the thing. A lot of parents think they have time. So I want you to take this moment as we're talking to think about that first time you actually felt this emptiness. It doesn't have to be when the children are 20, 25, they're married and moved out. It's not about that. It's about the first time you actually felt this empty and you feel lost, like a loss for purpose. Because whether or not we want to, despite this feminine movement about where women are made bigger than this, right? Biologically, we're made to have children and to care and nurture them. It's a fact of life.
Yes.
So let's face it for what it is. So when that part of us goes, so what do we do? What do you do now? So tell us, what did you do?
What do? I actually, one thing I did do was reach out for help and ask for help to allow myself to work through these feelings that I had. Wow. But I also started to build my business, and I started to look at what is it that I want to do and how can I use that feeling of nurture and that feeling of like it relates to earth element. How can I channel that now? How can I use that in a different way? And yeah, that's where my business started to shift and change.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's right. Because initially this conversation was meant to be around like our children going to school and how many moms actually cried. Do you know that how many of these moms are actually shamed because of that?
No.
Yes. When they say, oh, my child's going to school and I'm sad. And other moms who are not as maternal, they'll say, oh, come on, get over it. You should celebrate this freedom and all that. Why can't you just let people be?
Exactly. And now that you say that, I'm actually thinking about, and the reaction from like my sisters and my mum was very similar to that. Oh, well, you've raised them, you're done now.
That's right.
What's next? And like, I'm sitting here like for this 6 months, sitting in that little space of, I don't know what to do.
That's right. So it's so fundamental. And I liked it when you said you asked for help, because not many of us know how to. Again, it's one of those things you just swallow it and you just get over it
Yeah.
somehow?
Yeah. Not all the time though.
No, not all the time. And we're not asking you to start a business because, oh, trust me, I never knew I was going to start a business, and here I am. But what we're asking you is that there is more to life than raising your children. So what is yours? What is it going to find? What is the one thing that's going to find you meaning in life after? So think about that. And also, what benefit does it do for your children that are watching you navigate this? Have you actually thought what your kids think about you building your business?
I have actually, because I quite often will have conversations with them about it, and
Yeah.
they'll ask me, so what happened today? And I see it as an example to them that they can take on anything that they want, that they can, they can have it all. They can have all of the good things in life. It's about, showing them that it can be done. And
Yeah.
there are hills you have to climb, and there are things that there are things that make me feel very uncomfortable, but I'm going to face them, and
Yeah.
I'm going to look at them and go, yes, I'm going to give it a go. I'm going to give it a go.
Yeah, that's right. So a lot of the parents are not parents. Let's not use parents. Okay. A lot of the mothers feel that, well, I'm raising my children, I should be dedicated 100% to them. All nice and good though, but 9 to 3, it's your time.
Mm-hmm.
So how are you going to use it? And when you start to build a life for yourself beyond your children, what you're showing them is that I'm worthy as a person.
Yes.
And then that will help them understand that they can learn from that. They model of us all the time. So instead of us feeling lost and, we don't know what, that will actually show our children, actually, it's okay to be lost. I'm not saying it's not okay. I'm saying we can be in control.
Yes. Yes. So true. So very, very true.
Yeah. So to the moms who think that you have a few more years left at empty nest, I'm telling you, you don't. It's good to start now. Why wait? It's almost like a bushfire. They tell you to leave before it even hits your street.
That's right. Leave early. Leave early.
That's it. Why are you waiting for your child to be married and moved out? And then I hate to tell you though, by then you could be what? In your late 50s?
Yes.
And really, do you? And then you start then? Why?
Yeah.
Why do that when you can start 20 years ahead and already build something that you can comfortably transition into?
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And I think that whole the whole thing of we can have it all. It's allowing ourselves to find the rhythm that suits our family, and as our family grows and shifts and moves, because I've got children that like from 23 down to 11, so I've got a big age difference between all of them, and I can still have it all. I can still run a business. I can still have a beautiful relationship with my partner, and I can still be a mum. I can still be a mum that is present, that is doing all of the things that I want to do as the mother that I want to be. I can still do it all. It's about finding that rhythm that works for me.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So this is what we encourage you. And this is the conversation today. We are encouraging you to find the life that you want and start building it now. Exactly. Don't leave it. Don't leave it. There's no need. And how do we, okay, how about this? While we're at this, how do we, emptiness means the child has left and we're so scared that we'll lose them, right? So do you have any suggestions how we can overcome that?
So if you're looking at it from that point of view, I don't think you ever lose them if you have open communication, if you have open communication with them, if you have a connection or you leave space for them. My second son is very much, he has this demeanor about him that's quite demanding. So it's like when he wants to share something with you, you pretty much have to stop everything else. But what I love is when he shares all of himself. It's not just this bit, it's all of. but I've built that relationship up with him. I've built that up, and that probably started from about 7 or 8, where I was struggling in school. I made time for him.
That's right. I'm so glad that allowing this conversation to free flow has allowed that piece of information to come in, because friends are approaching me like, oh, my son won't talk to me, he's like 16, 15, he just shut me out. And I tell them it's never too late to try and, rebuild that bridge, because clearly it's been burned. It's never too late. But if you can start early, so hopefully mothers are watching this while their children are in primary school, while they still need you, they want you.
Yes.
Start then.
Yes.
Because when you leave, it's all about communication. Everything about life is about communication.
Yeah.
Once you leave that open, you can never truly lose them, because emptiness consists of 2 things: not knowing what the hell you're going to do with yourself, and being so afraid of losing them.
Exactly.
2 main things, though. I'm not saying there are not other things, but to me, these are the 2 main things.
Exactly. Yeah.
So part 1, find something that's meaningful to you. Part 2, communication is never too late.
Yeah. And it's just allowing them to, it's like, I probably sort of work with my clients, it's like holding that space for them to just go, this is really shit and I don't like it, but I don't know what to do with it, but I just need you to hear me. And sometimes that's all they need, is just somebody to hear them and acknowledge, yeah, that's pretty shit. You don't have to fix it. You don't have to make it better. It's none of those things. It's just being in that space and being present with them enough to just go, yep, I hear what you're saying.
Yep, exactly right. And the thing, unfortunately, what a lot of parents forget is they forget how they were when they were young. And then the judgment comes and it's like, you should know better than this. They don't. We don't. Parenting didn't come with a manual. We don't know what the hell we're doing either. So we're fumbling. So why are they not allowed to make mistakes?
Exactly.
Yeah. So today, our message to you is prepare yourself. Don't think that you have a lot of time, because you don't. So even for parents with young children, start the communication, build this communication bridge.
Yeah.
That will help.
Yep, absolutely.
Easing the pain.
Yeah.
Of when they leave.
Absolutely. Because it's real. I think that's a big thing, is it's real. And it's, it's not what people talk about. It's like, oh, isn't it wonderful? They're all up at school.
I know.
Like, what the?
I know, it scares me to no end. And because I know it's real, because I felt it. And like you, I recognize it and I refuse to let it go. I tell my boys, you're not getting rid of me that easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, because, and a lot of moms don't say that enough. And the children think you don't really care anyway whether I move out or I stay, because you never actually told me. Yeah. So don't assume they know. They don't.
No.
Yep. So anything to add, Katya, before we go for the day?
No, I don't think so. I suppose my one thing is that if you're feeling any of these feelings, reach out to somebody. Reach out. Clearly Karen and I have had this conversation. So if this sort of brings something up in you, or, reach out, talk to somebody.
Yeah, that's right. And don't ever let anyone shame you for wanting to hold on.
No.
Yeah, screw them. They don't get a say in your life and how you feel.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's right. There's no shame in holding on to your children. Not at all.
No.
So
no.
With that, we will end today's conversation. And thank you, Katya, for being with us. I will definitely invite her back, though, to talk about this element thing, because it's very fascinating. Very, very fascinating. And it has helped me a lot to help me understand who I am. Yeah. So I'll see you back again next week with a different topic. And that's it. Bye.
Bye.